Welcome to Wine A Lot. It's this kind of new rendition I have of vlogging, where the title is Wine A Lot, about topics that are really interesting to us while we drink wine. And today I wanted to talk a little bit more about I'm so bad at this. It's my first time ever vlogging or talking specifically, so it's kind of weird like filming myself and seeing me try to talk to the masses about what I'm trying to talk about. I'm blabbing now. Anyway, and we're back, and we're still drinking. Welcome back to Wine A Lot. So for tonight's, or I guess it's daytime, for today's topic, I want to talk more about influencer marketing on social media platforms, specifically Instagram. I've done a lot of research ahead of time. I actually follow a lot of influencers on Instagram, a lot of them in the fashion and beauty industries. But for our independent study, we were given a choice to talk about something and learn and research and create a project on something that's very interesting to us. And I've always wanted to know what it takes to become an influencer marketer. Are there guidelines? So I reached out to a couple of influence marketer profiles that I follow. Two of them are my findings of influencer marketing, so kind of like channels of it. There's all these different ways that you can optimize your marketing channel by leveraging the Idea Social channel for your brand. Every social media platform has different strengths, and selecting the Idea channel for your campaign can be challenging. A lot of the different brands that you'll see, a lot of the different platforms that you'll see range from Instagram, YouTube, vlogs, which obviously what I'm trying to attempt to do. And other platforms include Pinterest, Twitter, Snapchat, but for the basis of my podcast, I want to focus more on Instagram. Instagram is one of the most popular channels for social media marketing, and with good reason. How many of you spend the day trolling on Instagram? I mean, if I'm bored, I don't even realize I'm doing it, but I'm on my phone scrolling through millions of images, of pictures, of videos, things that have been posted, things that interest me, all through Instagram. There's high engagement, dedicated audiences, and a professional quality to the content that makes Instagram an idea channel for visual and product-based campaigns. So one of the best things with how to find and source the best influencers for your brand if you are a company is to think about influencer marketing is not a one-size-fits-all. Obviously, there are connections with idea influencers to your brand and to your audience, but targeting marketing at a scale is something entirely different. Before I got into the research part of my assignment, I just originally thought that you built a following, you post artsy, creative photos, you know how to engage an audience and how to keep them coming back, and then companies find you and they send you gifts in the mail of products and services that they provide, and then you showcase it onto your Instagram, and then other people start purchasing those products. So I just kind of thought it was like something that you know how to do on your own. But after like a lot of research, I found out there's so much more. So targeting marketing at a scale, it connects you with an entire network of powerful and micro influencers whose highly engaged audiences ensure that your message reaches the right people at the right time. It's important to work with as many influencers as necessary to scale your campaign to the size that is right for you and your objectives. It's also easier to work larger with macro and celebrity influencers who are the face of your campaign and can guarantee audiences that it's authentic and engaged. But we all know that to have celebrity endorsements can kind of be expensive. Second thing, ideal aesthetics, which I kind of touched on about. All of the influencers that I follow have their own unique aesthetic to their type of influencing that they're doing for their concept. But having the right image and the right way to present that image is super important across all platforms. Obviously, it needs to match with you and your influencers, the personal aesthetics. It can evoke feelings in the look of the brand, so you can keep your messaging consistent while allowing influencers to generate unique and creative content for you. Then you also have to find the right audience to identify, so you can keep your messaging consistent while allowing influencers to generate unique and creative content for you. Then you also have to find the right audience. To identify influencers there's ways to identify influencers and their audience by using multiple criteria like demographics, age, gender, location, influences, interests, aesthetics. And these are what are used to connect brands to their best possible influencers. There's also detailed analytics of influencers' audiences, where they live, how old they are, what they're interested in. That way you can maximize the opportunity for your audience to engage with your brand. Which, I don't know if you guys know this, but on Instagram, let's pull it up. It's a little slow. Instagram has this whole column on the side. Oh, I don't know how. There we go. And it has insights, your activity, close friends, discover people, open Facebook. So if I go to insights, for my personal Instagram account, I can see my activity, how many people, like how many interactions and profile visits I've gotten for the last week, which are sadly down because I'm not that great at posting on Instagram at a consistent basis. I can also discover that my account has reached 250 other users on Instagram, and it tells you your reach and impressions. You can also save content, and then audience. This is one of my favorite things I use a lot when I'm on Instagram and I want to post. Audience tells age range of most people that view my Instagram, which is 18 to 44. Interesting. 60% are women and 34% are men. And then this is my favorite part. It tells me what days of the week I have the most viewers on my site, like on my Instagram account, like my profile. And it tells me specific times during the day the highest volume. So for today, 6 p.m. would be the best time for me to post a picture to gain those likes. Which I get, it's not all about the likes, but come on, like somebody who's trying to get up there in the world of influencing, I'm not that highly liked. Well, Instagram pictures. I would personally like to think that I'm a highly liked individual, but you get the gist. However, there are some things you have to think about when trying to get likes and get a stronger audience base. You have to avoid kind of like the pitfalls of managing influencer campaigns is falling prey to dishonest influencers who are buying fake profiles and boosting their engagement activity, like artificially. You also have to watch out for the brands who bribe their influencers and will be like, we'll pay you this much money if you give us a good review. Because if the influencer ends up doing that and their audience ends up buying the product and trying it and it's terrible, they're going to lose credibility in their audience. The influencer is going to lose credibility and followers, and that's something like in this nitpicky world that it's something that's really hard to get back. Finally, it's a hard work identifying and contacting qualified influencers. However, there are so many websites out there that I had no idea that this was their occupation, was to connect brands to influencers. One of the ones that I first discovered was Socialfly, based out of New York City. And I was originally going to try and connect with them. Then I also found out that closer to me in Tampa, there's an agency, Spark, and they have their own influencer marketing section of the company, and I thought that was really interesting. Then there's also, obviously, honestly, if you just type in influencer marketing, you will be connected with so many different companies that will help connect your brand, that will help boost your platform, which you're using. So enough about me and my findings. Social media influencers that I chose to work with or try to participate with today are Amelia Weiss, Sammy Josephine, and Catherine McDermott. So you'll see a little bit about who they are and their profiles, and reached out and asked them some questions about what it means to be an influencer today in this industry, in social media and networking. And so far, only Catherine has responded to me, but I can't wait to share her answers with you guys. Look forward to this. If I'm feeling alone, I just remember your song. Oh. when I was starting to like peruse Instagram and seek out influencers, I figured out that there are top influencers in every industry out there, but finding an influencer that matches either your brand or your personality or topics that interest you is very essential for having a successful, finding a successful influencer marketer that you wish to either connect with, network with, or continue following and end up sharing reviews to other friends. So for the most part, all of the influencers that I've realized that I've followed on Instagram, they all pertain to the fashion and beauty industry. The fashion industry is the forefront of social media marketing because creative influencers are generating a professional quality content for top brands every day, driving sales and raising brand awareness. It's like dedicated to working with influencer networks and creating world-class fashion content. That was so southern. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Content. So of all the influencers that I've reached out to, Amelia Wise is one of them, and so is Sammy Josephine. I have reached out to I reached out to 3 influencer marketers. One is, like I said, Amelia Wise. She is very successful. And the other one is Sammy Josephine. Huge following base. I believe she was at 67,000 the last time I checked, which I didn't really expect hearing back from her, which I haven't, because Lord knows how many direct messages she gets every day. But I still follow her content. It's not just because she didn't reach back with me doesn't mean that I'm just gonna stop following her. I still enjoy all of the content she shares. And then the other one, the last person I reached out to was Catherine McDermott. She is a former sorority sister of mine from Florida State. She has worked in the PR industry. She was a double major in public relations and English, and so she has a lot of history with working in public relations firms, and actually created and started her own PR firm called Slightly Savvy. She was the first person who reached back and got back in contact with me. I kind of think it helped that we had that little network connection, but I asked all of them what it means to be an influencer and what it means to them, how they got into the business. I asked them questions like, what does a typical day look like for you? Do you have any brands that you're currently working with? And if so, if they approach you, how is that connection established? So when I was trying to come up with questions that I wanted to get answered, I truly had to sit down and think, what do I know about social media influencing and influence marketing? What do I want to know? And then are there any myths that I've heard about it, like rumors that I wanted to get clarified? So for the questions that I have chosen, I asked, what is the definition of being an influencer? What marketing experience did you have prior, and in your opinion, do you need marketing experience? Do companies contact you for collaborations, or do you need sponsors? Or do you sponsor your favorite companies in hopes of establishing a relationship between company and influencer marketer? What does your usual workday look like? What steps did you take to gain a following? What are your 3 favorite tools for influencing, i.e. tool, gadget, software, platform, etc.? And advice for future influence marketers. Hey guys, thanks again for tuning in to Wine a Lot with me tonight. I hope you all enjoyed learning a little bit more about influencer marketing on social media platforms, especially on Instagram. I wanted to just give a quick shout out to all of my influencers who worked with me along this whole journey. Amelia Wise, I know we didn't have time to get together to coordinate our stories and our questions, but I really appreciate you reaching out and getting in contact with me. Catherine McDermott, thank you so much. Your insight on influence marketing from a PR standpoint was so beneficial and interesting, and it definitely helped move along this research project. Sammy Josephine, I hope one day you respond to me. If not, that's okay. It's a huge honor to be able to follow you and connect with you through social media, regardless of direct communication. Once again, thank you so much. I hope you all enjoyed wine a lot. I hope you had a couple sips here and there, 21 and over only. And I'll see you in the next Wine a Lot.